When I get the 85% of the SRO paid for, next summer at this time during budgeting, I'm going to come to you for 15%.
Yeah.
And we're gonna add another deputy. And we're gonna get the agency to 10. What that does is it will have the SRO at the school for 9 months of the year.
Be their employee, basically.
Well, he'll be up there 9 months of the year. And he'll be with us during the summer, but only during the summer. But what that allows is me to have 4 on one side and 4 on the other side. So we would have a double mid-shift coverage. So there would always, pretty much always, be at least 2 and sometimes 3 deputies on. And it would be a nominal increase in the sheriff's budget, a 15% increase.
Yeah, you'd be getting another agent for only 15%.
15%, because they're going to pay 85% of the SRO, so it's only gonna cost the county 15%.
No doubt, Round will kick in eventually.
What's that?
No doubt, city of Round will kick in.
Oh, absolutely they will.
Yeah.
I was on the school board. If I
Yeah.
was on the school board, I'd do the math and say you own 25% because there's 12 months out of the year. You're keeping them for 3. That's 25%.
You
You
like-
get 75.
are you
I'll
ready
take
for
25.
this?
I'm just saying. If I was on the school board, that's what I'd be saying.
Are you ready for this? Yellowstone County, Huntley, Shepherd, all the SROs, school board pays 100% of them.
Because they see the value.
Yeah.
They need it.
They pay 100% of it. I'm only asking for 85%.
So we're being generous.
I'm being generous.
Yeah.
We are, the county, not me, the county is being generous.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Would you still be planning on splitting it between the schools, like, right, so with Melstone, would he still be going there too, so
right.
he has to kick in?
And that's, because I know that Melstone's very poor. You used to do their books. How much money they got? How much can I squeeze them?
Hey, I don't work for them anymore, I don't know.
How much can I squeeze them
You work for
for?
us now, you can tell them.
So,
I think you can ask for more.
yeah, absolutely. No, I think that what we would ask from Melstone is a nominal 2 or 3% because they only give you 1 day a week, and they're only open 4 days a week. So we would try to get the Melstone school to kick in a little bit, but I know that they are very, very strapped.
Yeah.
He's already going to Melstone.
Oh yeah, he goes
And how's
Melstone.
that working out? Is this
I think he did good. I just, you know, not saying that he's not helpful, because I do think he is, and I think his presence is great, but our school's so small. I mean, I don't think it's really exciting over there, but you never know. So I think it is but I don't know, I don't wanna speak for everybody. I know some people that think it's great, and I know some people who are like, what do you do? So,
Can you tell me, is this going to be for this budget year 2025 or will it be for the following?
It would be for 26, 27.
All right.
Yeah, that would be the 26, 27 school year
Budget.
budget. Yeah, because I'm going to have to approach the school board in February, March, and kind
I get
of
it.
say,
What do
hey,
you do with this?
I think you should.
don't do that.
Because of the time value of money.
it's too late. But 2 years, I think 2
They'll
years
yell at you now.
should set the hook in them. They'll want the debt.
Yeah.
And
First thing they're gonna tell you, they're gonna ask you is just, did Justina send you down?
Don't say my name.
I don't know you. I don't know you. So,
Justina said that you not worth it.
Justina.
Yeah.
but as we see, and there's things coming as I look down the horizon here, with them starting to spool up on building and redoing the silos, we're going to see a lot more traffic through here.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot of things.
Oh, yeah?
We're going to see a lot of increases across the board.
That's coming.
I noticed that the DOT had their strips out already, trying to see, and I think
How much?
they're trying to get a baseline right now, but I think they're going to see a significant increase in traffic. I have seen it. I sat here the other day trying to get out of the sheriff's office parking lot for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, we
I literally finally made a right-hand turn, came around the block and went down side streets to get down
Yeah.
there. I was like,
There's gonna be material shipments.
out, yeah,
Highway 87 is gonna be a long, is gonna be a long.
right, and so,
Not counting windmills.
right, so, well, and who knows? That's concerning too. It's just another concern, but those heavy loads, have you been sitting in here and had one of the heavy loads go by and felt the building shake?
Yeah.
I've had it at the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office is much closer to the street. It's concerning. I'm like, oh God, the old girl doesn't give up a fight. The problem is, down here on the corner of Second Ave and Main, the northeast corner there, I think it's the Pappas building, the south wall, about in the middle, I took pictures of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's cracked.
Oh, and it's not just cracked, it is pooched out beyond belief.
I wouldn't wanna be there.
I went and talked to the city about it. They have sent letters to the owner.
Is it safe?
I think it's just a
Facade?
It's not.
Uh-uh.
Facade.
No,
No,
it
these are
looks-
structural bricks.
is it structural brick?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I looked at it.
I saw it, I noticed, and I went, wait a minute, I'm not sure I wanna be in that building.
What building is it?
It's-
It's where that-
Yeah, I've been watching
Where
that.
the,
Yeah, and it's getting worse.
Across from the
I mean,
Weir building.
Yeah, across from the Weir building, but
Yeah.
what's in there? That's where they
Yeah, I've been watching that. I
sell.
Seems to me like, especially like,
Oh, Radio
underneath
Shack?
that one window seal, it has, one side has fallen in, the other side is pooching out. And it is concerning. When you,
Well, I think, I know it's, oh,
They're using it in apartments upstairs, so.
I mean, you look, how much of that brick is still hanging up on the edge there?
they're gonna start falling on the sidewalk.
I mean, and so I went and talked to them, and they said that they've addressed it, but the owner's not doing anything. Well, if we get a bunch of loads coming up Main Street, they're heavy that vibrate that wall's coming down at some time. And that'll be,
Jake Barr.
it's Jake's, yeah.
Jake Barr.
Yeah, Jake Barth. Yeah, he owns it. He basically, according to the city,
So Jake Barr.
the sandstone
You
guy.
do.
He's my favorite guy.
He helped us build the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, I gotta tell you something, if it were me, I'd want the owner to have a structural assessment done and prove that it's safe, if I was a tenant. But this is a city issue, isn't it?
Yeah, city issue. Totally, but with these heavy loads, I'm concerned about.
No, you're seeing, you're probably absolutely right. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But, and as we continue to grow, and we are growing, I think that adding that 10th officer will have a lot of benefit. It'll probably be the last thing that I do, is add that 10th officer, because I'll be gone. It won't be my problem anymore.
You're not allowed to leave.
I am.
I could-
15 minutes or 15 months, whichever comes first.
I've heard you say that before.
All right.
Well, okay, okay.
This is it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have you seen what they've done down at the fairgrounds?
I have.
Do you approve of the panels?
I do. I think it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I know why they did some of it. It's be easier, especially the roping side of things. The single load, those steers. So, because rodeo, PRC and rodeos, you draw your stock, right? You draw the steer and have the ability.
Oh, they gotta sort the right one?
Right, so if you, back in the day, they were, if you had to get 7, you had to get 7 loaded, and it was a pain in the
Oh, I
ass.
see that now. I was trying to figure it out. I was like, why the hell would they do that?
So, but now you have a single load, so if you can load each one, and then you can
Is it
then,
7, open number 7?
open 7, open 5, open 4, and have the right order, so as you come up, the steer you drew is in the chute for you, so it's not a chute route type of thing. So, I don't know, back behind the bucket chutes there, it is what it is. But it, well, looks nice.
Did they ever get the dirt?
I do not believe so. I have not seen the dirt
See, so you have that arena sitting there unusable
Yep.
Well,
because Florin won't spread the dirt.
Florin.
Well, Florin hasn't got paid.
He's gonna go,
Well, he hasn't sent a
he's
bill.
never sent a bill. Florin says he's gonna do it next week.
It's in the building.
Well, he said he'll go in and smooth it out.
Well, I'm starting.
He's
to
also
get
gonna dig
upset.
up replace one of the hydrants.
He was in Jordan when I talked to him.
He was in Jordan. Yeah.
He was in.
As always, Lauren has more on his plate than he can get done. So, we could hypothetically, and technically, ask Mr. Stockard to go spread it.
Yeah, we've tried, I think, we're just gonna have to live with, nobody can use the damn arena for 6 weeks because Warren can't get the dirt
Yeah.
spread. I wonder if he really thought about that, if he might rethink that. I
Well,
guess,
I don't think you can put it on Florin. And I mean, because, has Florin ever sent a bill?
God, we only paid him, what was it, $500 once when he hauled all that damn sand.
well, what do you
How
mean you can't?
long ago was that?
That was been 2 years ago. It was when it was flooded.
What do you mean you can't put it on floor?
What's that?
What do you mean you can't put it on floor? You put, pile the dirt in there and he has to spread it out.
Well, I understand that, but he's doing it out of the goodness of his heart.
All right, well then, we'll pay for somebody to do it.
Well, that's what we could
That's what he
Because
can
we
do.
need to use the arena.
do. Yeah, because of that, because we will.
Yeah, again,
I don't think.
I get your point, and honestly,
he's doing it for free. So it's the old adage, you can run off good help, you can run off bad help, but you can't run off your free help.
yeah, that's true, and I don't wanna sound like we're not grateful, but honestly, having that, nobody can use the arena for
I
that period
I
is.
agree, and part of it too is I would just say, you have a road department, it would be really easy. They've got a
The
load of
problem
park right
is-
up there, it'd take you about 30 seconds to spread it
Well,
without.
maybe
loading.
that's what we'll do, but the problem is, the rodeo committee's really picky about it. You know, they were.
I do, when I tried to help them out and get some stuff done down there that looked like it needed to be done to me,
Yeah.
and they got all territorial on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I will never,
Now, how long have those ponds been there? I think it's been 5.
oh, at least 6 weeks.
Yeah.
If they don't get moved next week, then I
Yeah,
think we
because-
should call the county and they should go there.
If they can't do it, we'll plan.
Yeah.
Somebody will do it.
Well, because I'm just thinking, we have.
Well, you know what we
overnight,
could do?
why not?
We could tell Mr. Brewer that we allowed him to store his vehicles
That's
inside of our
Yeah.
our sheds for nothing. You bring one of your loaders down here and spread this out for us.
We'll just charge him the amount that we're
Right. Or we'll just charge you for the storage fee of your stuff underneath our barns.
1 hours of radar work.
You realize my run with Florin was, I know he does a lot, and that's excellent. This whole idea with this latrine we had down there,
Right.
it never got moved. And we were trying, it's like, if we'd have known he wasn't gonna move the damn thing, we'd have done something. Oh, yeah, we can't do it. The next thing you know, nothing happened, so.
Well, I tell you what, give me a little bit of time, get me out of this job, give me an excavator, I'll put the latrines in.
Okay.
Well, the good news is we figured out we don't want him down there. We're gonna move it to the Bear Collins area.
I think it's a great idea. I think that'll be a really nice spot. We need one over there. Problem with the Bear Collins area, now we're just kind of chit chatting, but we need to shut the driving off down there. It just needs to be a walk path. A walk path or a bicycle path.
Are they driving
Oh,
beyond?
yes.
Do you need to put up a couple bollards with a cable or something?
Yeah,
We can definitely do that.
Yeah, I mean, we need to shut because I put the snow fence up and they just tear it down.
Right.
And until we get some signs, no driving, so just as you go down Meat House Road, right at the railroad tracks there and where the fence line is, there's a parking area. That's a nice parking
Sure.
area. Park there and go for a walk,
Bicycle ride.
or a bicycle ride, or a horseback ride.
Horseback ride.
But no, they're too lazy to walk down there. You gotta drive. And of course, they're down, and that's a difficult spot. I mean, they can see us coming from a mile away. If we're patrolling down there with them. Of course, they go down there at night and do dastardly deeds. high school kids.
I like that high school.
Yeah.
Well, you don't wanna, a little bit of mischief is good.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is it?
You can quote me.
It's the grandparents that are being made that don't want to be grandparents yet. So,
Oh, boys.
All right, well, I got you.
all right, we'll see you all later.
You know what, this thing with those piles, so this is another thing, if we had a facility coordinator, that would not be an issue.
Right, I got that too about for the, but I think that Randy's still, I've stood up 3 times now. haven't I?
Yes, he's still, I was gonna ask you.
Randy is still amendable to being down
Well, yeah, I don't
Oh,
think there'd be
yeah.
any reason why we wouldn't do
there.
that.
Right. I understand that Mr. Elias is doing some electrical work down there.
You would, yeah.
Yeah, the spot still has no electricity.
Right, huh? You
So-
touch it?
I looked, no, I didn't touch it. I looked at it, I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. And is Mr. Kirk getting it wired in for the,
All of those stations, he should be done. The goal is to have it before the 4th of July. I doubt it. But then, once those are in, we're gonna bring in those Jersey barriers so people can't back into them.
right?
And,
Well, you're gonna have to, most of them are behind the hydrant, which is where, and I guess you'll have to run over the hydrant too.
well, you know, the idea is that we block from hitting either one.
Are they gonna, I don't know the best way to do it, is paint some lines so people understand that they're supposed to back into those things?
Well, that's,
That's a good point, because.
Well, actually, the
Pull in
barriers-
there in a funky way.
Right.
yeah, some that might take up
Back in.
2
Because
sections.
they're wiki wonky, they're gonna take up 3 spots from the rig. Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we gotta do it. You realize that the rodeo department, not the rodeo, the fair board, a couple members of the fair board said that whoever designed that was full of crap. They said that it's not level and all this stuff, it's back all
West side.
you know. It's like, well, buddy, I guess you can't please anybody,
No,
you know.
no. Everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah.
And so, the fact of the matter is, each one of those spots have a hydrant, or share a hydrant. They can get water, and individually water their horses, which is, going down the road for me was one of the big things that he did. If you have to pack water like at Livingston, it sucks. I mean, it just sucks. They can hook their horse trailer up, and then, yeah, the one side, you're not gonna be able to back, but you
Yeah, so you-
want to back right up to it.
Yeah, so, you know,
They don't have
you
a
can put a
hose?
hose, you can have an extension cord.
Yeah, you don't have a hose, and most of those trailers have got 25-foot cord that they can hook up with.
And if we put them out in the pasture, they wouldn't run over.
Yeah, they've been hit. And it's also not the most.
They've already ran
efficient
over
space.
one of
I
them.
know.
Yeah. Well, okay, you got me feeling better about it, but, the line thing, we might have to do something like that. Because I
Yeah.
can see somebody pulling up
Sideways.
parallel.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Me too.
perpendicular and going, well, I just took up 3 hydrants.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that too. They just need a little,
Matter of fact, that's what I do.
Little-
It's easier.
little
Always.
guidance would be good, or maybe even a brochure that says, you know, a printout of the map and show the parking spots
Yeah, that
perpendicular.
might not be bad. I think maybe a punishment, a notice of punishment, public caning or something.
Oh, yeah, I'm well aware.
Why don't we just get some,
I was bragging about it.
Mr. Grimes,
Stations.
I'm well aware of it.
Dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Mr. Grimesman wasn't pleased with it. Didn't
oh
think it was
no.
right.
These are pretty-
No.
All right.
We'll see you. Oh, by the way, if you,
Yeah.
That's how it
Those
needs to
cats.
go around here, I'm telling you.
yesterday at the Northern End
It
sale,
wants to stay on schedule.
That's true, they're ready for this.
480 calves sold for 380 a pound.
What weight?
480? 480.
Oh, 480?
Yeah, no, excuse me.
No,
Now let me go backwards. It was 640 sold for 380.
380.
380 a
640.
pound?
So it comes up to almost $2,500 a piece, doesn't it?
Yeah.
2,400 and something.
yeah.
Yeah. And some of the lightweight forecasts sold for over $5 a pound.
What is driving that? People can't pay that.
We have the lowest
Cattle numbers.
cow numbers ever. I mean,
Huh.
Because the big green deal trying to get rid of cows is working.
Uh-huh. We saw that happening a
There's
couple
gonna be a
years
few
ago.
of us that make some money. There'll be some new pickups in the county.
There will be.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
probably, well earned after all the time.
Rance Gertis, I went to Rance's branding, he's Mike Hammond's son-in-law, but went to his branding last Saturday. Rance took a cow-calf
Where
pair
Nancy said.
and
Megan
a
helped me
late
just-
bred heifer. Got $7,000 for the three of them. The cow-calf pair sold over $4,000. And
Yeah.
that late heifer sold for almost
This morning.
$3,000.
Yeah, here she sent it.
What does a late heifer mean? Like,
She's gonna calve this fall,
oh,
so, that's insane. Yeah,
Full Gabber, and she brought that money.
Well, it will crash.
Yeah.
Eventually. It's not the new normal.
Well,
All right, what do you got?
Okay, well,
Darcy.
maybe I need to, I'll go see, maybe when she responded, she didn't add you, because I had you in the original email.
Right.
I do not
Right.
see a smile on her face, and that tells us she's short of money.
She didn't balance, she's not gonna get her on a chair.
Hey, I already gave you the balance.
All right.
Okay, so we're not quite done with the audit situation. Got an email, I just forwarded it to you. Cheryl had received this saying that, by the 30th of this month, we have to have this done. So I forwarded it on to Justina and Nancy said she'll be able to help Justina get through it, but I see that Justina didn't get the email, so I gotta figure out.
You want me to forward it to her right now?
Yes, please.
Well, I'll
Catch.
forward, because I didn't forward you the part that where
Oh, no.
Nancy had commented. I could help Justina.
But that won't have the attachment.
Oh, that's true, because when she replied instead of forwarded, so the attachment was gone.
So you have to think about these things.
Oh, I do after I said that. Gosh dang it.
All right, so we had a response for every one of this. This is the corrective action plan, right?
No.
No, this is, we did a audit and.
Since you did audit in lieu of the AFR, they need more information. You have to submit it twice or something, it says.
I was not a fan of doing that.
That's wrong with it.
Which she said it's a good idea, but I mean,
Yeah, Nancy's a proponent of it,
yeah,
You know.
yeah, she is.
but they caught us with well, anyway, I guess we'll have to think about this. So we need to do all this stuff?
Yeah, and but
How do you
Nancy's
do
not
a
like it was
cash
pretty
reconciliation?
easy.
How do you do a cash reconciliation? Isn't this what the auditor's supposed to do?
Well, I thought she said the auditor, that Denny would do it. I could
Well,
be
maybe
wrong.
I need to read the damn thing before I do. But I'm saying, well, we have to do all this stuff?
Yeah, and I don't, but it sounds like the one that Nancy, I could forward the one that let me go forward the one Nancy sent also that doesn't have the attachment. Because it explains that to reach out to Denning, because they have, well, they can, instead of us reproducing it, they have it. They can give it to us to,
Is it just, cause it looks like when it, I don't know, who sent this? Jessica, it just says that you have to submit the audit twice, so you're submitting the audit report once to local government, and then second to the auditor. Is that all?
let me forward the Nancy one too, though, just so we have the whole story.
Cause it says additional documents must be combined and submitted with the audit report for it to be accepted, oh, okay, as the AFR. Oh, okay, so then you need these documents, which I thought
Okay.
Nancy said you could get these from,
We can get them from the auditor, but
and
we
then,
can't
but
submit.
they cannot
can't
submit it.
them.
So we have to ask them for these and then submit it with the audit to,
Good.
but they'll probably charge you for that when you ask for those documents.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you can send this to them, and they should be able to give you, because they have all of these already in their audit.
Okay. Actually, I know now why you're not getting it. You've got a,
Anyway, I printed it off to read Nancy's response there.
yeah, yes, there are additional requirements still needed to be audited. Seeing if you have some time. So has she talked to you about it?
No.
We might want to call her later today,
Okay.
and she may not be in. But the biggest trick is we need to somehow get this to who's ever in charge of Denny
Well, I think Jonathan is now.
and say,
Yeah, I can-
we
I
need
can
this
call
stuff,
him.
or maybe forward this email and say
Yeah.
we need
Or,
this stuff.
or if you have Bob's email, I mean, he's still there to,
Bob Denny, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's not a big deal, other than we got a tight time frame, and we just need to get Denny to get us the reports. We need to submit them instead of the auditor. And we did our corrective action plan, right?
Yeah, and that was all approved and that, you know, because then he wouldn't finalize the audit until that was done, and that's already, the audit's finalized. Oh. So who? Hey, Cheryl? Did we get any information? Don't we have to submit that audit ourselves through that, or do part of that? You did it? Okay. I just didn't know who, if anyone got that information since Chris wasn't here. Or you had to go through that federal, yeah, the clearinghouse thing? Okay. So it sounds like, once that's done, we're
Okay.
all tidied up. That's all I had for today. was
Well, we might try and
on everybody's
call
radar.
Nancy later this afternoon, but I'm sure she's just gonna confirm what
Great.
we just said. And so, I don't know if we maybe wanna go ahead and forward this to Bob Denning and copy whoever, you know, he said, we got this thing on who's gonna take over his company and all that. Do we
Yeah,
have a point of contact with them?
I do.
So maybe we send it to him, copy them, just this email and say, can you please provide us with the information listed in the email from the state or whatever.
Okay, I can do that.
That way, that's in the works.
Okay.
Hopefully they're quick at getting back.
Well,
guess you
smell
got
the
it.
money.
I'm sure, yeah, I was gonna say, well, they're probably gonna charge it.
Right, they will.
So I'm sure they will.
For every word
I
they
got-
type in there.
Even though Nancy's a proponent of it, I just think it's really thrown a wrench in our process.
Yeah.
I think that the reason you do that is somehow you get out of, you don't have to do an annual financial report or something.
Right, but you still pay for one, so I guess I don't
So,
know.
so why would you, I just think, just do the damn report, just do the damn report, and then you'll,
Yeah. Too bad I never thought of it when Nancy was here. She could explain why she thinks it's a good idea and we could, you know, could all
Well, she
discuss it. but-
mentioned that, like, she used to like doing the AFR herself. And I guess with Denning, they do it all.
yeah, and it's a cost thing, she said you can save, you can spend money for Denning to get it all ready for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I think actually makes it convenient. I mean, it's already a long process. But I guess it just depends on, I mean, she was there for so long. I mean, so for her, she just thought, she liked to do, well, what she said is she liked to do some of it, but with Denning, she said there was never an opportunity or an option to even learn how to do it. It was just, it was either you did it all or they did it all. There was no balance, and she didn't like that.
Okay.
is what she explained to me.
Well, maybe still there's a thing that we missed the mark, because if you do an annual, if you do a